kids don't really, or at least in my time, I didn't really notice like I was black. Like I knew I was, and like, but it wasn't important. It was like, hey, this is my friend, it's whatever, we can play. But I think as I get older is when it's a lot more of kind of like a step back. And I think oftentimes people like to remind me what color my skin is, and I think that's when the issue kind of rises up.
When I have a discussion in classroom, like sometimes I have problem, or like I struggle with sharing my ideas or opinions in English, and I think some of my group members never like met like Asians or people who don't speak English as a first language, and then for me they look like they don't want to spend much time to listen my opinions. So
I have definitely had some questions, but I guess I'm grateful enough to see that some people have been able to, you know, ask with respect and to sort of know what to sort of like, they don't really cross the line too much. And I was a little worried coming into the school, because the first sort of time I've really experienced just blatant racism in a school setting was when I went to Moncton School, and the first thing a kid asked me was like, "Hey, where's your tomahawk?" And that was the first thing. That was like the first day I went to school at Moncton, and I was like, "Mom, I don't want to go in here anymore."
Like some professors that I had before, they're very passionate to help me. So when I ask very like simple like question, like I don't understand this word or something like that, they try to explain like from the beginning. And so I think as long as you explain what you want, most of them at Mount Allison understand and try to understand you. So I want to say, don't be afraid to say your opinions.
I don't think I've ever felt othered, whether it be actively or inactively. I tend to just kind of assume everyone's happy and getting along, but never actively felt othered. If it was little jokes that kind of go by with my friends that I know they don't mean it, or something I bring up, but never situationally I've felt that way.
I definitely like the support. So one of my favorite things about Mount A has to be the Indigenous Student Support Group, because we all have really great ideas and we all work together and have obviously created some really amazing changes on this campus. So we're just becoming like a stronger voice every year. So I think it's really nice to be a part of it, and really nice to be a part of that change that's happening on campus.
I would say like it's definitely very easy to look at someone, look at their color and make assumptions, or just treat them differently. It happens, it's natural, but people should definitely make an effort to not do so, because little things like that definitely hurt the other person. You might just say something very casual about their color or where they come from, or their food for that matter, but deep inside that person would be hurt, or at least they would be thrown off, and that will create a huge circle of thought in their head. Yeah.
I think representation is really important. So the first thing that comes to mind when I think of representation is within staff and faculty members. So we currently only have one Indigenous faculty member, and she's not a permanent faculty member. She's just here to teach a few classes, and so I think it would be really great to have real Indigenous people come and teach Indigenous knowledge at this institution.
There are lots of events about multiculturalism or like learning other cultures outside Canada on at Mount A, but most of the people I've met at these events are international students or Canadian students who have background from outside Canada. So I want students who never been outside Canada to be interested in like international students or the events about multiculturalism.
I am Mount Allison.
I am Mount Allison.
I am Mount Ison.
I am Mount Allison.
I am Mount Allison.
I am Mount Allison.